after she posted that thing, that graph with all the differences, she received a lot of backlash, and they were like, you're pointing out to all the differences, but what about the similarities? He's like, I don't want to bully anyone, but then use a very specific. I know. I'm like, just leave the poor girl alone. Like, honestly, who cares? So on to the next drama. There's this Vtuber called Smol Lola. We're actually mutuals on Twitter. Very nice girl. I think I rated her outfit during the Vtuber contest thing that I did during my Donathon. And Lola just revealed her model. She's doing a re-debut, and she is facing a lot of backlash right now. Why she is facing a lot of backlash? It's because it all started with this tweet from Stuffed Princess that's got like a pregnant emoji, so I don't know if this is an inflation meme or what the fuck is going on. But she says, not trying to be a hater or anything, but like, are you not a whole reincarnation of Shylily, or have inspo from her? I don't know. So Smol Lola, this isn't the first time that she got compared to Shylily. Her first model, she also received backlash for it. She did another debut. Seems like she's also facing backlash for it. I don't have her old model. I probably should have looked into that now that I think about it to see how it changed. And at first, she did a post replying to that person saying like, this is all the differences. This is not the post, by the way. It was similar to that. She took it down, so I don't have it anymore. I bookmarked it, but I don't have it anymore. And she's pointing out all the different differences, the hair, the face, the ahegao shape. I don't know, I don't remember that. The straps on the other feet, you know, there's markings, and the color palette, obviously. But then after that, she deleted that post. She also replied in the thread saying a bunch of stuff, man. I wish I saved it. The response, I think, wasn't the best communicated for a few reasons. One of them being that the response is too long. Like, when you're responding to somebody, you should keep it short. Oh, a hoge. It's a hoge. Okay. That's a different word. Uh-oh. So, yeah, because of her response, one of her arguments, some of her arguments were good. One of them was a little weaker, where she was like, oh, but, you know, VTubers models, VTubers, they all copy each other. It's hard to be, it's almost impossible to be original being a VTuber. So then she ended up deleting that whole response and replied today saying, hi everyone, sorry for not replying to DM's comments. I got a little overwhelmed and I logged out. Please read the comments below. For Lily Yap session, no drama, no hate, just honesty. But just as more information on the first replies that she did, she was always very nice, you know, very understanding. I just want to say I completely understand where some of you are coming from. Yes, me and Shylily have some similarities, but that isn't a bad thing. People are allowed to be similar. It doesn't mean they're a copycat or whatever. I love my design. I think Lily has a beautiful design too, but to say mine is a direct ripoff of hers is false. And frankly rude to both me and my amazing art mama. I am getting a little tired of the comments, and to try to ease the accusations for my re-debut subathon, the top goal. If we're somehow even able to reach this goal, we'll be having a new outfit that I will make sure will not be too similar to Lily's design. I hope this can provide some peace for the people who are unhappy with my design at the moment. As much as it saddens me to change it again, I believe some of you are right about minor similarities adding up. So I think after she posted that thing, that graph with all the differences, she received a lot of backlash, and they were like, you're pointing out to all the differences, but what about the similarities? That's why she's saying this now. I'm going to avoid talking about this because as hard as it is to stay quiet, it's ultimately the best option for me and my community. To my community, I love you all. You mean the world to me. At the end of the day, no drama here. I want my community to be safe. Please, I'm happy. If you're not, please. Just kindly just leave me alone. And somebody replied, I think you should be funding a new outfit more so because it makes you happy and not because you're pressured. Sorry to hear about the negativity. And she says, would love to. Oh, you can't see this. Shit. She says, we'd love to do this so it can get done and the hate will stop faster. But to be honest, I don't think anyone would actually fund it, Lamau. So, unfortunately, she's pressured to change her design, and that's something that happens quite frequently in the VTubing community. When there's similar design, usually the less popular design, like the less popular person, will have to redo it. Yeah, I know. My dog is a terrorist. Don't give him any attention. And then Twintail, who is the person who designed and rigged Shylily's model, okay? She's very large. Like, I'd say she's like top 2 in the Western scene for like live 2D models. There's like Brian and his studio, Iron Vertex, and then there's him. Her. And she also waited on this, but it felt a little directed at Smol Lola, so it kind of kicked the dust a little bit. VTuber designs are the biggest part of their branding. If your design has many overlaps with another VTuber, intentional or not, it's always going to leave you constantly compared to them, and you'll look like a cheaper copy. It hurts your branding. Your design is the best way to convey your unique vibe and what you have to offer. If many viewers compare your design to someone else's, that should tell you that too many of your core design elements are overlapping, like silhouette, colors, theming, gimmicks. Taking inspiration from an existing design can be useful, but try being inspired by a wide variety of sources. Look outside of VTubing to inspire your design. Look at fashion, movies, art, nature, mythology. Mash different sources together, play with different shapes. And somebody says, I agree, but the hate she gets is insane to me. There is a point where it goes from, hey, your design is really similar to hers, to actual insults and threats. I find that absurd that people are this worked up about it. And I agree with that poster. I mean, is it very, very heavily influenced by it? The similarities are very strong. I'll agree with that. But it's kind of like, who cares? If Shylily doesn't have a problem with it, and she doesn't mind that it basically almost infringes on her copyright, then other people really shouldn't care that much. She replied, this thread is aimed at VTubers considering their own designs. Obviously, I don't support online hate and threats, and for that reason, I didn't bring up any individuals. I still think Twin's advice is very good. I think starting from a great mood board with a lot of inspiration is so important. It's gonna help your process so much. Her mama is not the one as Shylily's. No, dude, Shylily's mama is so fucking expensive. The thing is, like, yeah, like, most fans don't care. Like, I think Shylily, when she first came out, she also received backlash for having her model heavily similar to Vebe. Which I don't think they're similar at all, but I think they had like that little uniform going on. So Smol says that she's receiving, you know, death threats. She deleted that tweet too. Like, people are, you know, bothering her for her people from maybe Shylily's fan base or not, or just botsters. Aside from that, her voice, yes, but I also heard that her design was also criticized. And also, I spoke to, you know, her design is pretty simple. It's fairly simple. It's not like super duper original, which is like the beauty of it too. So this person called Array Guma, I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's an artist. And he kind of kicked the dust again by doing this Twitter thread. And that caused even more backlash. I'm a bit tired of seeing this happening all the time, so I made this to exemplify why people sometimes just justly compare designs of others. Value, colors, details are lesser in the hierarchy immo. They dictate what's within the bigger frame, silhouette. And he compares the silhouette of like the two, like one of them is a dolphin Vtuber, the other one's an orca, Shylily and Smol Lola. And then Gargura and I don't know who the other person is. The overall silhouette, shape, language, and placement of important features are exactly the same. Small details don't make up for the bigger picture on what constitutes a memorable design. Despite having the same design, the motifs are virtually different. Small details don't matter because you can tell both subjects apart by their unique style and shape and language. I mean, yes, to a certain degree, but at the same time, a lot of things been done. I find threads like this so cringe. Just to let people do what they want. Who cares? Artists trying to be relevant by being a jerk. Okay, to have more context about this artist, that's the thing. This artist always stirs drama. Always. There was a few weeks ago other Twitter threads done. There's a lot of competition between the artists on Twitter. I don't know why. And he made some posts about Kevin. They really don't like Kevin. He's a rigger. A lot of large names work with him because he has a very fast turnaround time, including Iron Mouse and including Made Mint. He's the one that did Made Mint's rigger, and they're all like shitting on him for no reason. And bro, keep it to yourself. Seriously. He's like, I don't want to bully anyone, but then use a very specific. I know. I'm like, just leave the poor girl alone. Like, honestly, who cares? She's a smaller VTuber. The person to the right of Gargura is Artemis of the Blue. She's one of the first indie VTubers I follow. Oh, thank you, Sean. Okay, thank you for this info. Okay. Having a non-original design will hurt your brand. In the end, it's gonna hurt your marketing more than the person you're trying to copy. I think Lily is the only one that really can say anything. I agree, Alara. Also, hi. The way I see it is that Shylily is symbolically a queen, okay? And when you're a queen, you're a trendsetter. When you're a queen, just like in ancient time, whatever the queen wore, whatever attire she would have, whether it's a hairstyle or her dress, woman would copy that. When you're a trendsetter, you don't care that people copy you because you're always evolving and you're always doing something else and you're doing it better than them. So in the end, really it only hurts them. It shouldn't hurt you. What you do is truly original and true. It shouldn't hurt you. It's like if other people start doing video essays on VTubers, I wouldn't fucking care. Just like Nuzagi didn't care that I did VTuber essays, even though he did some too. Let me put it this way. Ahegao is something Shylily, Melody, and Bao would know about and be into, if you catch my meaning. Okay, so I should ask her what it means, Spectre. If she just owned the similarities, nothing burger. So you think she should have just owned up to it and be like, yeah, it's heavily referenced? She did say that she always said that she got inspired by Shylily. But yeah, I guess she got a little... It's a mix of she got defensive and she seemed a little insecure. She was a bit too nice in the reply, I think, so they smelled weakness, you know, and they pounced. I really wish a lot of these quote-unquote artists would show me who the fuck asked them. Sadly, Twitter has always rewarded this bad behavior. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, this thread has 198k impressions. Is Smol Lola Austri-German? Her voice is similar? I don't know. I don't know. You can be a whale orca with drastically different shaped language. It has happened before, image below, and this is to prove that the previous statement is a fluke. Yeah, but they, I mean, they're also using Chloe here. And I'm sorry, but Chloe doesn't look like an orca. Like, I didn't know I honestly, when I first saw Chloe, I thought she was a skunk. Douglas Diaz, thank you for the 5. Chloe's got a great model though. Honestly, your design is kind of secondary to your content in the end. To be true. If you're entertaining, you're gonna make it regardless of your design. Are we not gonna talk about what Shylily silhouette looks without a tail? Wait, what do you mean? What does it look without a tail? Is it something sus? I don't see it. Right? Because she's stinky, so I thought she was a skunk. But no, she's an orca because she has like the orca hoodie. Oh, I missed one of his tweets. You can't create something unique amidst so many VTubers. Okay, because she said that in her reply. So I guess after my theory, and I'm not sure, I guess I'd have to ask her, is after that thread went viral, she might have deleted her response. They kind of successfully bullied her and pressured her into changing her design, which is kind of sad. You can't create something unique amidst so many VTubers is the most lame, lazy-ass excuse you could ever come up with to defend this. It just shows you completely lack understanding of anything design-related and your opinion is purely uneducated. Okay. Okay, you know what? Everybody's first design is probably not well developed. I'll say it. My first design, I put it together in one day. I had like a few references and it's not... I probably do a way better job at character designing now than I would when I first started. And a lot of people that are getting into VTubers are very young. They also don't have that much experience in like character design. And another thing, I spoke to a lot of character designers, was like, they were saying it's also her artist mama's job to tell her, to give her like a spin on her ideas. If you're working with a really good designer or concept artist, they'll understand what you want, but they'll help you get there in a way that is original and strong. And if they're a good artist, they're gonna make you a strong concept. They're gonna get the ideas from your brain and they're gonna make it something original. So it's also your job as an artist to steer your client into making the right decisions. Just like with my job, what I do with my own clients, sometimes they have some ideas, it's not put together, or I think something's not gonna work. I'm like, this color with this, I don't think it's gonna work. I think we should do this instead. You have to be confident and steer them in the way, in a direction that they're gonna be happy with the final product and that you're gonna be happy with as well. Unless she told her, no, I want exactly a ripoff of her outfit, they kind of share responsibility there. If after reading this, your conclusion is that I'm just there to quote-unquote harass you, miss the point. I didn't mention anyone and this criticism may help others. I mean, you put her silhouette there. I'm a character design artist. I think I can have my educated opinion on these matters since they are public figures. 1, harassment's bad. 2, if you're a public figure on the internet, you're not above anyone. People can have educated opinions and criticism about your branding. Yes, but most of the time people don't have an opinion that considerates all of the weights and pulls that a public figure's gotta go through. 3, stop normalizing plagiarism. Is this plagiarism? Maybe. 4, don't lecture me over design if you don't understand the simple concept. Okay. Legal Mindset wrote something. Andrew spotted in the wild. A+ artistic analysis. Sorry. In legal terms, the left image likely fails the substantial similarity test. So basically he says that, you know, if there was a lawsuit and it came upon a question of infringing copyright, the left design, the Smol Lola versus Shylily, it wouldn't pass the test. It could infringe on her copyright. The right images pass as they are clearly distinct and only rely upon a team, which has no copyright protection, at least in the US. So teams don't have copyright protection. Now, copyright is a very, very big topic. Like, I know a lot of lawyers, and for copyrights, it's like you need... it's very segmented, and you need to do like your copyright course, but then you need also experience, and then you need other classes to really understand how it works. I think the design is legally distinct, but the overall analysis is not wrong. Copyright also varies country to country, true. Now, you can't copyright team. This is what Andrew's saying. Yes, you cannot copyright a team. And then this person jumps in and quote RTs the thread, and they're like, whether you want to believe it or not, silhouettes are important, especially for branding. I'm someone who took inspiration from Shylily. However, when you look at my model, you don't go, is that Shylily? This artist gave helpful, genuine criticism advice. Stop treating it as hate. Like I said, when I gave context about this guy always is talking about drama and stirring the pot about drama. So even though his analysis is probably, it's good. I'd say it's pretty good. Things are also about intentions, and his intention here is clearly to take a jab at Smol Lola, and I think it's unnecessary. I think it's unnecessary. And this person, Yuna, I don't know if she knows that the other guy does that, but also she's kind of just saying, look how I did it better. And it's kind of like the kind of morality, how do you even call that? It's the same feeling that during the Hogwarts Legacy saga these VTubers had when Silverveil was being harassed, and they were like, well, come to my channel. We don't do that here. We respect everybody here, even minorities. Silverveil respects minorities too. So they're kind of like, you know, using this to prop themselves up, and I don't like that sentiment. I don't like that. Look how I did better. It's cringe. It's catty and cringe. Okay, this is the last comment. Overreacting and hate is unnecessary, and of course it's not an exact copy, but it's clear enough when someone is heavily referencing something. If you... Yeah, it's just not it. If you intentionally create from scratch and your reference mood board is sourced with variety, the coincidence just wouldn't be so close. That's true that, you know, like I said earlier, a good mood board is really the best thing. I think the discussion that it sparked on, you know, how to create character concept and stuff is interesting. I feel like it could have been done in a more positive way. Oh my god, Aquarake finally is green now. I also think so. The thing is, everybody's talking about the silhouette design, but it's not the only basis of copying. No, that's a good point, Aquaric. They are similar, but the hate is not valid. It's not necessary. I think the artist's opinion is valid. Why you your previous comment said otherwise, kind of. I think, as you said, the personality of the streamer comes first and foremost. The outfit is secondary to that. And if it does cause an issue, then 2 of the outfit things can be changed. Yeah, so I think she's gonna be changing her outfit now. You think they act similarly? Well, yeah, maybe she does want to be like her, but you know, like Parrot, my friend Parrot 4chan, he even says that his idea to become first, when you start off, when you're a small creator, often you'll get inspired by another creator, but then you'll find along the way, you'll start finding your personality. I think the next step for Lola is just, you know, to be able to distinguish herself by finding her own gimmicks, her own lore, and her own brand. But without going in there too heavily as to plagiarize something, taking ideas from another creator or inspirations, I think it's okay. The funny thing about the silhouette concept, it doesn't work too well with a chunk of Western superheroes. You see a portion of the difference with colors and marking. Oh, you're right. If you're talking about Western comics, that doesn't work at all because they all kind of have the same muscular body with the cape. Yeah, you're right. Good point, Celtic. That's really good. Okay. No, it's a good take. I like getting the artist takes too. And I'm in another Discord where I also asked like a bunch of artist takes. And they were saying that sometimes, for some reason, like they were telling, there's one of them is a Hungarian bat, and it's got a very original design. Somehow she almost ended up with a similar design as another creator, and the same color palette. So incidentally, you can somehow end up with the same design. That's why if you ever look at fashion shows, for some reason, one season, everybody's gonna be doing like similar things, and you're like, why the fuck is there so many similar things? Well, it's because we're all in the same trends, we're all following the same wave, so we get to the same conclusions in a lot of time, especially if you're starting from the same references, which is an animal. Sometimes the breadcrumb just leads you to the same conclusion as somebody else. So it's not always ill-intended, and it's always malicious. But one thing is true, I think we can treat each other a little nicer.